guys, and welcome back to the channel. So this reading vlog, she's already done. She's finished. We're working through her right now, and I realized that I didn't have an intro clip, and I was like, if I don't have one, you're just gonna be thrown in, it's gonna be confusing, it's gonna be just, it's too much. So I was like, I'm gonna film one right now. So I read 3 books during this reading vlog. I read 2 physical copies, and then I listened to one through Hoopla, which we love the Hoopla app. If you don't have it, get it. It's amazing. But the first one that I read was The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. So we're gonna talk about all 3 of these books in depth. So I'm not even gonna go in right now. But it was really great, and I really loved it. The second one that I read was Stardust by Neil Gaiman. Also really enjoyed it. I gave both of these 4 stars. And the last one I listened to through Hoopla was Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell, which was also a 4-star book. We just were living this week with the books that I chose. They were so great. No spoilers throughout the videos. We're just gonna chat, and I hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's get into the vlog. Good morning and happy Monday. It's like 8:30, 9 o'clock maybe. I'm about to start reading. I'm currently reading The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. I'm 80 pages in, and I've just been going hard on just like note taking and highlighting, and it's gonna be a fun time. I have that video coming up where I'm gonna be talking about the book versus the TV show and just doing a little breakdown, so I'm excited about that. So I hope to finish this today. I have a few things planned for today. I do have to do some homework. I'm gonna read. I'm going over to Emily's house so she can help me repot my plants. So that's all I got for right now. Okay, whew. I am sweating. It's so hot outside. Like, so hot. I want to die. But I'm home. As you saw, Emily and I repotted my plants. But now we're finally gonna read. We're finally gonna read for this reading vlog because I've not been reading, but let's get into it. So it's really cool. I don't really want to talk too much about this book because I'm going to be doing a whole video on it, but I see a lot of the same themes in this book as the TV series, which is really cool that Mike Flanagan did that. I just really love it. I really love it. I really love it. I think the book is written so beautifully, and Shirley Jackson, she was out here doing that. She really did that. Hello. It is quite a few hours later. I have made it pretty far in The Haunting of Hill House. I'm on page 183 out of 231. So I'm going to finish this tonight. I'm going to push through right now and read for maybe an hour and a half. It's late, and by late I mean 9:30. So yeah, we're gonna push through. Let's get right into it. So I have 4%, so we have to do this quick, but I just finished The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson, and it was way better the second time that I read it. I read it earlier this year, and I think I was just comparing it too much to the TV series, which I loved. And honestly, they're 2 completely different stories, and I shouldn't have compared them. But this in itself is just such a unique horror book where you don't actually see this supernatural being, but you feel it everywhere, and it just infiltrates the mind of the people there, and Eleanor, who is our main character, and you just see her thought processes just get more and more dark and more murky and you can't really tell what part's her and what part is the house until the very end, where it's just crazy. I don't want to spoil it, but it was insane. It was probably one of my favorite books this year. So I really enjoyed it. And I can't wait for my video where I talk about the show and the book in depth. So yeah, this was day 1, and I think it was pretty successful. I'm going to sleep, and then I'm going to wake up tomorrow, and, read something else. I don't know what yet, so all right, good night. Hey guys, so good morning. It is Tuesday. I've been up for a few hours now. I went to see the sunrise with a friend, and we read and we had breakfast, and it was really fun. But I started a new book. It's Stardust by Neil Gaiman. Ariel Bissett was just talking about this book and her books that make me happy, and I feel like I could use a nice happy book right now, you know what I mean? Especially after The Haunting of Hill House, that was pretty terrifying. I'm only in chapter 2, but so far it's crazy. It's giving me very Neverwhere vibes, where it's kind of like that realistic fantasy type of thing, but it's pretty spicy so far, so I'm excited. I'm hoping to finish this today, because it's really short. It's 248 pages. I'm excited, but I do have some things to do today. I have to do more homework, and I'm about to go and take care of my garden, so I might bring you guys out there to see that. Okay, so sorry about this angle, but this is all we got. Okay, so that's what's happening. So I'm 111 pages into Stardust by Neil Gaiman. I'm not sure if I'm going to finish this tonight. Okay, but let's talk about it, because, so I didn't know anything going into this book besides what I said earlier about Ariel Bissett being like, this book makes me so happy. And I was like, I want to be happy. I'm going to read this book. And so I don't know what I thought it was, but it's like it's a fantasy. It's a fantasy novel. And it's kind of like Shrek meets Into the Woods meets like every single nursery rhyme that you've ever heard in your whole life type thing. The main character, his name is Tristan, and he doesn't know it, but his dad slept with this fairy lady and then got married to someone else. He was dating someone else. Let me tell you, he was dating someone else. Then he goes and he sleeps with this fairy lady, and then 9 months later, the lady just drops the basket with this boy in it. So they live in this place called the Wall, and the wall's separate from everything else, but there's a crack, a little gap in the wall, and every 9 years you can cross the gap. But other than that, they have guards out there. You're not getting past there. And so that's for the one day out of the 9 years that they can cross. That's when he met that fairy lady, and then they slept together, and then now the baby. So anyways, the baby's left outside of the wall, right at the gap, and the guards are like, there's a baby right here. And so it has a name tag. They put a name tag on the baby. It was Tristan Thorn. So they're taking care of him, but then he's in love with this girl. But it's not really love. It's infatuation, And she's he goes, let me tell you. He goes, so, will you marry me? He literally hasn't talked to this girl once. And she was like, no. And then he goes, well, can I kiss you? And she goes, no. And then he was like, well, what can I do so that you can be with me? And she was like right when he said that, there was a falling star. And she says, oh my gosh, you see that falling star? If you get me that falling star, I will give you anything. And he was like, bet. Catch me there, gonna get that star. And so he goes on this journey past the wall to this fairyland, and everything's kind of weird, but he can find his way very well, like, and he doesn't know why, but he just like knows where things are, and it's like, dude, just like your dad and the woman, that's happening. And so he finds the star. Well, alongside him searching for the star, there's like 2 other groups of people who are also looking for the star. There's these old ladies that are looking for the star, because if they eat the star or they get the star, I'm not sure how that works. We've only met them once so far. Then they can get more years and they'll be younger. It's kind of wonky. But then on the other side, there's these sons, and they are looking for the star because before their dad died, who was the king, the dad was like, oh, go get that star that just fell, and then whoever gets it is going to be king. And they were like, okay. And so that's happening alongside of our main character Tristan getting the star. Well, we find out the star is a woman. And yeah, it's a wild time over here. It's actually really cute, like a really cute story. It's really fun. The chapter names are super, super cute. Like this one's called In Which There Is Much Fighting for the Crown. So I'm assuming it's going to be about the boys. The boys that are looking for, well, actually there's only 2 because the other one just died because the other brother poisoned him. So stuff is happening around here. But anyways, it's kind of childish, but like it can't be at the same time because there's like sex scenes, you know what I mean? Not like in detail, but just like, you know, they're there. And it's like, oh, like sometimes I'm like, wow, this could be a kid book. And I'm like, oh, this cannot be a kid book. But yeah. Very good. I'm really enjoying it. That's my update for right now. We'll see how far I get tonight. It's early. It's bright outside. It's like 6 o'clock. Good morning. It is Wednesday. I have nothing planned for today. Well, do I? Yeah, I have some homework to do, like always. But most importantly, I finished last night Stardust. I almost said the Starless Sea. I finished Stardust by Neil Gaiman, and Ariel was right. Literally, I finished it, like I closed it, and I just was like smiling. Like it made me so happy. It was such, can I talk? No. It was such a cute story. I think I told you what it was about, but like after he finds the star, my man Tristan finds the star, just like, it's this like epic adventure. And the whole time I was just like, this is exactly what I wanted. This is exactly what I wanted. It was beautiful. It was so beautiful. And you know what? Like, I love Neil Gaiman's writing a lot. I think that he's really unique in like the characters that he chooses and the things that he sees. Like, you know how like most descriptions are like normal descriptions, you know what I mean? But like the things that Neil Gaiman describes and like the little things that he sees, it's just kind of like, I don't know, like have you seen Rise of the Guardians? It's kind of like that where like he sees the wonder and beauty in everything, and it just like really comes through in this book, just because of the world that he built, and like I really didn't think he was gonna do, like I didn't think he was gonna do this because the book is only 230 something pages. Most of if I read a fantasy novel, most of them are very long. Like I mean, we have Cassandra Clare's books. Most of them are around 600 pages. Wig. I'm trying to think of another one. Crooked Kingdom is like 400, 500 pages. Six of Crows, same thing. Like most fantasy novels are big, and this one was so small, and I was like, I feel like it's gonna be one of those stories where I'm gonna be like, I didn't get everything that I wanted, and I was so wrong. Like, this was so good. So good. Like, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It was just, like, really cute. Made me feel warm and fuzzy inside. I heard there's a movie. I think Ariel Bassett said that as well, that there was a movie. So I heard that it's really good. I feel like she said it was really good. Someone told me that there's a movie and that it was really good. So I'm not sure. But I would definitely want to see that after reading this, just because if it's anything like the book, it's just going to be such a heartfelt movie, and that's exactly what this was. Just like such a heartfelt, heartwarming, like fun, like all of the things. It was so good. It was so good. So we are starting. The week has been going by, and we're reading some really good books. What am I gonna read next? I have no idea. Let's pick together. So this is what we had. This is just like two opposite ends of the spectrum with these two books, which is hilarious. But I'm living. Okay, next book. This could make or break. You know what I mean? Like, all right, I'm gonna come back in a little bit, probably later, and tell you guys what I picked. But we're doing so good. Good morning. It is Thursday, and I started listening to Then She Was Gone last night by Lisa Jewell, and I have really, really been enjoying it. It's like my heart has been like pounding at points, like just like listening to it and just being like, what is going on here? Like, it's crazy. Something that I have noticed in like the 3 Lisa Jewell books that I've read so far was that she really likes to use like alternating chapters between like past and present, which I didn't think worked that well for The Family Upstairs, but for this book, I really, really enjoy it. I feel like it really adds to the intensity and to the suspense, because you'll get chapters where Ellie, who is the 15-year-old girl who just vanished, you'll get chapters of her, and she'll just be like, if I had told my mom that, I wouldn't be like where I am now. This wouldn't have happened. And that's just like really, really scary. It's really scary. And then we'll get chapters of the now, and it's been 10 years since Ellie's disappearance, and the cops have no idea. Like, all the footage that they have, all they know is that she disappeared on this street, and they have found nothing of her since. So it's just really, really insane how this 15-year-old girl could just disappear. But let me tell you, I think that it was the math tutor, because this girl was sketch. And now, every time I read one of these books, I'm just suspicious of every character. Like, literally every character. I'm like, I don't know who you are. You could be like the most innocent person, and I'm like, I don't trust you. So that's the tea on what's going on now. I'm just going to be listening to the audiobook throughout the day, so I will update you guys on my progress later. It's a 10-hour audiobook, and I'm already 2 hours in. So I feel like I could definitely finish that between today and tomorrow. And then we'd have a really good reading week of 3 books this week. That'd be insane. Insane. So yeah, let's get on with the day. I am sorry about the lighting situation, but I just finished. Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell, and holy moly, was that a whirlwind. I don't think I've ever read anything like it. So the story follows Laurel. She is a mom of 3, and one day her 15-year-old daughter Ellie Mack goes missing. She was on her way to the library, and then she was gone. So the story is split into 4 parts, and the first part is mainly Laurel now, and she's just talking about 10 years later what her life looks like. She's pretty much fallen apart. She has divorced her husband. Her relationship between her other 2 kids are strained, and then she meets a man named Floyd, and they start dating, and you just get to see their relationship, but you also know that something's not completely right in that relationship. You're just trying to figure out what happened, and just trying to piece all the parts together, and it's just wild. It went it went so deep on things. Like the relationships were just so real, the characters were so real, the dynamics were just, I need a whole nother book on Hannah, who was the other daughter, because poor girl, like she just always felt the entire book that that she was second best, that her mom had wished that it was her instead of Ellie that had been abducted that day. And that's just a horrible thing to feel. So it's just grief on so many different levels and loss on just so many different levels. And it was insane. But it was also really beautiful. The ending was perfect. It was everything that I wanted, came together very nicely. How you can still pick up your life after such an extreme and horrible loss like that and rebuild. And I think that all the characters really showed that in their own different ways, which was beautiful. So yeah, wow. It was very intense. It was very, just the subject matter in general was very intense. But it was great and I loved it. And wow. Wow. That's all I got to say about that. Wow. So yeah, that's my update for tonight, and I think that I'm going to end the vlog here. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this this reading vlog, and it was really fun actually. So I hope to do more in the future, and if there's anything that I can do better, any ways that I can change and structure this better, please let me know in the comments. I would love to, you know, grow and learn. So thank you guys, and I will see you in the next one.